So the Australian Open draws are finally out, and here are my predictions on what I think is going to happen throughout the Australian Open. Looking into the first quarter, honestly speaking, Alcaraz is a pretty easy bracket, with this probably hardest opponent probably being de Minaur or Bublik, but I mean, he just had an exhibition match with de Minaur and he pretty much sweeped him, so I wouldn't be surprised if he just went through everything pretty easily. I think he has the easiest quarter by far out of anyone else. Speaking of which, de Minaur, if he does do good, he probably has the hardest path to the final, but let's be honest, Carlos is probably going to get through. Moving on to the second quarter, which is a bit more analysis, I think, because Zverev is the top seed in this quarter, who has been pretty disappointing the second half of 2025 season. However, he did have a good Australian Open run last year, so we'll see where that goes. But I honestly do not have my money on Zverev. I have it on Felix Auger-Aliassime. I feel like he has had a very good second half of the season, and I feel like he might go pretty far in the Australian Open this year, I hope. But the likes of, Medvedev and Rublev, who've been doing pretty good. Medvedev just coming off a win at Brisbane, I believe. But we'll see. Medvedev, he's on the rise again, so I wouldn't be surprised if he got pretty far. Beating Zverev, not too sure, or Rublev, but we'll see. I think I have high hopes for this right side of the bracket with Medvedev, Felix, and even Leonard Tien. He won the Next Gen ATP Finals. I wouldn't be surprised if he got pretty far in the Australian Open as well. He's a bright player with a lot of potential, so I'm excited for this quarter because there's a lot of big names, a lot of big games that are coming up, and I'm excited to watch. On to the third quarter, we got the man, the myth, the Joker, and Musetti as the big names in this quarter. Fritz, who kind of fell off after the grass season. He is ranked number 9 now after being 6 a couple months ago. So we'll see where that goes. But there are some other names like Dimitrov, Tsitsipas, Wawrinka with the wild card, which I'm really excited to watch because Wawrinka is beautiful to watch with that one-hand backhand. Honestly speaking, I'd hope that Musetti, Djokovic probably most likely get through. I would love to see Wawrinka fight for his life for this last Australian Open, but his body probably can't keep up with the 5-setter anymore. Neither can Djokovic, so we'll see. I'm really excited for this bracket too. Last but not least, we have the fourth quarter with the Jannik Sinner, Ben Shelton, Casper Ruud, Khachanov being the big names in that draw, as well as Fonseca, who is also a very bright teenager playing in the Australian Open. My bets are obviously on Sinner. Sinner is unstoppable unless you're putting Carlos against him. Shelton, though, I feel like he has a good chance of getting far, but I don't think any further than Sinner. Monfils, I would love to see him play. I think it's just going to be a Sinner swipe. Moving on to the semis, I honestly predict that Carlos will probably go through the first quarter. Felix will get to the second, Joker in the third, and then Sinner in the fourth. Honestly speaking, Carlos is probably going to beat Felix. Carlos, who is actually who does not have a coach currently, I still feel like he's number 1. He's still so good, and I feel like he's going to make the final. Djokovic versus Sinner. Let's be real. Sinner is peak form, arguably better than Alcaraz currently. So I think it's going to be a Sinner-Alcaraz final. I obviously want Alcaraz to win because I want him to complete the Grand Slam, career Grand Slam, and be the youngest to ever do it in history. But I wouldn't be mad if Sinner won because they're both just such amazing players, fun to watch. So if it happens, it happens. Those are my predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys look forward to the Australian Open like I am. And let me know who you guys think is going to win, what you're most excited for. And yeah, I'll see you guys all in the future. Goodbye.